Meanwhile, Yemen has been wrecked as Saudi fighter jets continue bombing the impoverished nation for over 3 weeks. In the most lethal attack, at least 45 civilians were killed and over 100 people injured in Sada province. Warplanes hit a military base and a telecommunications center in the city of Ma'rib. Different areas in the capital, Sana'a, have also been bombed. Earlier this afternoon, Saudi fighter jets targeted the Faj Atan area and an educational center in the Tayal Khawlan district. Over 2,600 people have died since the beginning of the invasion. Riyadh began its aggression against Yemen on March the 26th. Rights groups and aid agencies have raised the alarm over the worsening humanitarian situation across the Arab country. To discuss that further, we're now joined by Dr. Saeb Sha'ath, who is an author and Middle East expert, who is joining us live now via Skype from Belfast. Now, Dr. Sha'ath, certainly with the humanitarian situation becoming worse, how much longer do you think the Saudis can hold out?
The problem here, the Saudis' attacks, which is supported and supplied by the United States of America, they failed their air attacks in stopping the advancement of the mobile revolutionary and Yemeni forces, army forces as well, in taking over most of the country, using the power of the air attacks to inflict maximum suffering now on the Yemeni population. And that they hoping by doing so, since they failed in stopping the revolutionaries from controlling the majority of Yemen, is to inflict a lot of suffering on the people of Yemen and to turn the people of Yemen to against the revolutionaries and the Houthis, telling them they are the cause of the suffering here. So many of the people are being killed in Yemen, thousands now, many of them kids and civilians, and the Saudis today are openly targeting the civil infrastructure, the civilian infrastructure, hospitals, schools, food depots. They're trying to create a large humanitarian catastrophe in there, so to make sure they are driving a huge wedge between the revolutionaries and the people who are engaged in defending their country against the Saudi aggression. That's kind of strategy Saudi Arabia is using there. It's used by the Israelis in attacking Gaza Strip in the last war, and in 2006 in attacking Lebanon when they tried to invade Lebanon. So the other options open to the Saudis, as well, if they learn from the Israelis' lesson, is to use a land invasion. The Saudis, if they are not, their forces trained in countering guerrilla warfare or asymmetric warfare scenarios, they cannot face an urban warfare, open air warfare, and their alliance in this attack on Yemen, like the Pakistanis, let them down, so they don't have the manpower to go to a kind of military invasion on the ground. That's why they're trying to inflict as much suffering as possible on the Yemeni people, to try to push the people of Yemen to protest in the streets against the revolutionaries. And in that way, they want to as well somebody who will supply them with a hand to bring them from the top of the tree down through negotiation, through any peaceful means, because the Saudis find themselves the airstrike campaign.
Right, Dr. Sha'ath, I do apologize for interrupting. Unfortunately, we'll have to leave it there at that. But of course, as always, we do sincerely appreciate your insight. That was Dr. Saeb Sha'ath, who was speaking to us live from Belfast.